I love photography, especially when I use my Nikon D5000 series. It feels like holding a professional gear for a big business. But, do I need to change or upgrade my camera that released in 2011? Here are my top 10 reasons why you need to grab one Nikon D5100 in 2025. Number 1 is LCD flip-out screen that fully articulated. Nikon D5100 was designed for sports, which you can change the angle of the screen almost freely. You can shoot fast-moving object from waist or overhead levels without worrying if the object fell in the screen or not. Number 2. Cheaper price in the market. I found interesting price in eBay today, January 2025. Here's some examples. You can search for the cheapest price. They're under $200, about $120 to $150. This is from Amazon. The price was $126 for body only. With kit lens, it will be $200. From Shopee Malaysia, you will get around 940 ringgit to 1,200 for the cheapest. And Carousel, the price way cheaper, 500 ringgit to 1,000 only. For your safety, I recommend find a product with buyer protection so your product is real and not get scammed. Number 3. Large APS-C sensor. In this day and age, if you got real camera, you stand out from the crowd. Everyone has phone cameras, such as an iPhone and Android. They're really good in image quality, but limited, not like real bigger sensor DSLR. You can print big, has more clarity, real bokeh, cropping and edit your raw file. Nikon D5100 has a large APS-C, means was it bigger than regular APS-C sensor like Sony a6000 and Canon 750D APS-C? Does the image quality better? I guess not. Number 4. Image resolution. Nikon D5100 has around the same 16.2 megapixel DXC CMOS sensor and XSpeed 2 image processing as featured in the Prosumer D7000. The D5100 offers similarly good image quality thanks for the large APS-C sensor. 5. Full high-definition video quality. The first camera introduced, the 1080p, was camcorder in 2006. It was still relevant in today's age. Although 1440p and 4K offer better video quality, the 1080p resolution is still acceptable by today's standards and for budget. My PC and phone feels laggy when resolution higher than 1080p. Number 6. Good low light performance. From these pictures, it's pretty decent because the photographer trying to shoot moving object, car, he need to increase the shutter speed and ISO to the limit. For stills, it was incredibly stunning at night time. Number 7. High ISO performance. 100 is minimum ISO, and 6400 is maximum native ISO. It can expand to 25,600, or you can call it high too. This is sample pictures I get from website called as photographylife.com. I like their reviews about photography. From ISO 100 to 200, nothing changes, all perfect. ISO 400 has a bit changes, but also done a great job. ISO 800 is the same, still great. ISO 1600 has a little bit of noise, but still pretty good for me. ISO 1600 looks fascinating, almost like 800. ISO 3200 has a bit of noise, but I love the sharpness that it creates. Pretty good for me overall. At highest, native ISO 6400 has more noise, but image quality overall was okay. ISO 12800 has more and more noise and grain. Nikon D5100 was on its limit. I don't ever recommend you expand it to the highest ISO 12800 and 25600 because it looked bad even for beginner. Number 8. Cool body design. I love playing with my Nikon D5000 series because it built like a weapon, tank, or whatever you want to call it. The feels, the weight, the flip-out screen, I can open close, flip in, flip out, and so on like a toy. Not like phone design. It's too simple these days. Number 9. High dynamic range. JPEG images from the Nikon D5100 look good with the other cameras, even compare with full-frame the Nikon D800. At sensitivities over about ISO 3200, the D5100 smashed the new D3200 and the Canon 600 and 6TID, indicating that images are cleaner, with less noise. D5100 JPEG have at least a 0.5 eV higher dynamic range than the Canon EOS 600D's JPEG files across the entire sensitivity range. But they fall some way behind the newer Nikon D3200 because older and D800 at the lower sensitivity settings because smaller sensor. If you didn't understand about dynamic range, this is simple comparison of less and more extra dynamic range in Nikon D5100. Last but not least, number 10. Longer battery life. Surprisingly, the Nikon D5100 has more battery life than its successor Nikon D5200 and D5300. Does 50 to 100 shots really matter? A little bit higher of anything is good for me. It's extra point. Don't forget to check out the Nikon D5100 that I find for you. Or,
I will find your home and take all your camera gear.
Don't forget to subscribe and check my other videos too. Peace.